In this recording in our series of Chamfer Operation, we'll be showing you the technology page. Now, the first thing on the technology page is the chamfer parameters of what diameter of the tool I'm going to be using. And we have two options, constant cutting diameter and dynamic cutting diameter. Well, what do we mean by cutting diameter on the tool and the value over here? Well, let's take a look for a moment at the tool itself. You can see that the tool is in essence a 4 millimeter in diameter altogether. Now, we have from the very bottom to the top, this diameter is constantly changing depending on which part you'll actually be cutting on the edge of the geometry. So I can say, for example, I want to start the cut on the 1 millimeter diameter of the tool. In this particular case, that's what I'm going to be doing. So let me go out of the tool itself, and let's go back to my technology page. We have the option of constant cutting diameter, 1 millimeter. In a moment, I'll also show you what dynamic cutting diameter means. Okay, we have fillet size for last cut. We won't be using that for now. And we also have an option of change feed for internal corners. This means the following. We take a look at our part. If in this area, the previous operation, I may have milled it with a larger end mill, larger than this corner over here, I may have excess material left over in that corner. So I can say what that diameter is, and I can also give it a lower feed rate for when it cuts in that area. However, I do not need this now, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Depth type, I'm going to leave it at 1 way, and I'm going to be doing a finish cut. If I would be doing a rough cut, I would have to give it an offset. But I'm not doing a rough cut. I'm just taking off 0.2 millimeters, and that's it. Now let's take a look also at the modify tool side. Right now it says left. If I go into the geometry and take a top view, you can see that our tool will be starting to work from this corner over here. And this is controlled by start position. Start position at this moment shows shifted at 0% of the chain, which is where it is. It's where it started. I can always go over here, activate this field, and click on a different part if I want. Say click over there, and I want it to start over there. Click over here, and I'll start over here, and it shows you also the percentage of as to where it is starting from. I'm going to put it back at 0 for now, and you can see it went back to 0. We'll go out of here, and then we have our step downs. Since I'm doing this 0.2 millimeters, I'm just going to have it go down once. I'm just going to leave it there exactly where it is. Our links will do as follows. Our lead in this particular case, since we're at the edge over here, I'd rather actually come in tangent to the part. So I'm going to choose the option of tangent. 60% of the length of tool, or I can actually put in a particular value. I'm going to put a value in of 5 millimeters. The retreat, delete out, I'm going to leave it at arc. I'm going to do save and calculate. And let's take a look now at my simulation from the top view. We'll see the following. I'll do this at one step at a time so you can see this. It is starting tangent from the tool. And now you'll see, however, this looks like it's going into the part itself. But if I now start turning it, you'll see that we're talking about the chamfer tool itself, where the edge is actually smaller. Let's go further down. And as we take a look, and now at the side view of the part, you'll see that the 1 millimeter of the tool is what's actually cutting into the part itself. Let's do this on solid verify. Run it. And you basically see that we have a chamfer put on the edge of it. Now, in our next recording, we're going to be talking about dynamic cutting diameter and also how to machine this particular edge over here without gouging the part when it gets towards this corner.